everyone. That means hello. How are you today? Today I'll be teaching you how to bake the basic cheesecake, which is the New York style cheesecake. In this video, in this episode, I'll be teaching you all my tips, secrets, and techniques so that whenever you want to bake a different flavor, you'll come back to this one as a reminder or a source of all the knowledge, all the cheesecake knowledge. So let's get started. First, we're gonna do the cheese batter and then the crust, and then I'll be talking and leading you through the steps. For the crust, we're gonna need 1.5 cups graham cracker crumbs, and we're gonna mix it with 3 tablespoons of melted butter. For the cheese mix, we're gonna need 4 eggs. Remember, 4 eggs at room temperature. This is so important. And we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of white sugar. The cream cheese we're gonna use is also at room temperature. We're gonna need 4 packs of cream cheese. Each one is 8 ounces, so the total is 32 ounces of cream cheese. The paddle I use has a rubbery side. It's helpful for scraping the sides of the bowl while the mixer is running. We start mixing the cheese at a medium speed. It doesn't take a lot of mixing. We have to keep watching the cheese. The cheese needs to become smooth. Remember, having it at room temperature is really helpful. Grab a rubbery spatula to scrape the sides of the bowl and the paddle itself. We do this a couple of times while mixing the cheese with the other ingredients. Nobody likes lumps of cheese in the cheesecake once it's baked, right? Now we add the sugar. Again, we scrape the sides and the paddle. This helps the sugar gets mixed perfectly well with the cheese. They always tell you to add the eggs one at a time. After many cheesecake baking, I realized that it does not matter. Just add them all at once. Trust me. And of course, if you use eggs in baking, always add vanilla extract. One last time, scraping the sides, the bottom of the bowl, and the paddle as well. Look how smooth and silky. And now it's time to reveal the biggest secret of my perfect cheesecakes. They always tell you to buy the Cheesecake Pan and to wrap it with foil and to use a water bath, and then you're always worried that if the water is going to seep through, you have a soggy crust. Well, the secret I'm going to be sharing with you now is mind-blowing. You'll start thinking, why haven't I ever thought about it? It took me years to decide to use it, and I'm glad I did, because once I baked a cheesecake in it, I decided to get rid of all the cheesecake pans that I had, and I bought a bunch of these. This is it. This is my secret. I use a regular pan, a regular cake pan, but from now on, I'm gonna call it Nidus Cheesecake Pan, because this is what I will be using for every single cheesecake in all of my courses. So what we do is, first, I like to wear a glove because I don't like the feeling of cookie crumbs between my fingers. So now we're gonna turn on the oven, 330. The oven is on 330. And what we do is we grab the pan nice and clean, and we grab some butter on our fingers and we rub the bottom of it. And this is something else that you'll need to use: parchment paper. I have mine already cut into circles. If you don't have those, you can totally cut the regular parchment paper into a circle that fits inside your pan. This is important. You cannot skip this part. So what we do is grab a pan, add some butter, and then the parchment paper at the bottom. And then let's work on our crust. After baking the cheesecake for 53 minutes in my oven, I crack open the door and I keep the cheesecake inside until it cools down and becomes at room temperature. Once it cools down, I take it out and I put it in the fridge from 6 to 24 hours. For the topping, I use 1 cup of cold sour cream, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Remember, the sour cream has to be cold from the fridge, and we mix the ingredients together until the sour cream topping becomes really smooth. We add it on top of the cheesecake once it's ready to be served and devoured. Now you're all wondering, how do we get the cheesecake out of the pan? This is what we're gonna use: 2 circular cardboards. We put the pan we baked in on top of the stove, and we start melting the butter of the crust so that the cheesecake will loosen up. Now we start shaking the pan from different sides, and the cheesecake is ready to be flipped. We use one of the cardboards and flip the cheesecake. That's how simple and easy it is. Look, the pan is completely clean and the cheesecake sides look perfect. Grab the other cardboard. This is the one you're gonna serve your cheesecake on. And flip again. Voila! See? Perfect plain cheesecake. And now it's time to enjoy your cheesecake, your perfect cheesecake. We have the sour cream ready for the topping, and I like to enjoy my New York style cheesecake with fresh berries on top. You spread the sour cream, and then you're gonna see how perfect it is once you cut through. My family's so excited today to try it. It's one of their favorite. The cuts are gonna be clean and perfect from inside. That's what you want, right? Creamy. You can add whatever kind of berries you like. Or you can add your favorite sauce to it. You can totally skip the sour cream topping as well. Absolutely perfect. Simple and easy and just perfect.